Yesterday was probably one of the craziest days I've ever had as a wrestling fan. Hey guys, Brandon here, welcome back to another video, and if you guys have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about, I was at a WWE Live event yesterday, and I brought a sign that said, marry me Mandy, as in Mandy Rose, and they had her interact with me and say that she basically just reject me, and it was probably one of the best WWE Live experiences I've ever had. So I thought that for today's video, I would be giving you guys a story time video about just the experience as a whole. But before we get into the experience from last night, we kind of have to go back a little bit. 1 year ago on March 25th, 2018, me and my friend Mateo, we went to a WWE Live event in Buffalo, where I'm from. And we sat like row 3, usually like the announce tables are here, and then a few rows back, that's where we were sitting. And it was Asuka versus Sonya Deville. And for whatever reason, I wasn't even a Mandy Rose fan yet. I just thought it was funny to just mess around with the wrestlers. So when Mandy Rose walked by, I was just like, Mandy, I love you! And here's the clip of that. It's on my wrestling channel. But today I'm going to a WWE show, so I thought I would vlog it.
Mandy, I love you! I love you, Mandy! I love you! I love you, Mandy!
Throughout that entire match, she just kept interacting with me. Like, she pointed at me when I first said I love you, and she's like, I know you do. Then when Sonya's entrance music stopped, she told everybody to shut up, and I was just like, but Mandy, I love you. And then she's like, I know you do. And the entire match was basically just me flirting with her and her getting excited about it. There was one point where a kid was just like telling her, I don't know, that she was like poopy or something or stupid. And she looked so offended at the kid, like shocked face, like my face last night. And I was like, don't worry, Mandy, I love you. That's all that matters. And then she's like, you got to teach this kid to love me. And then it was a great experience 1 year ago today, and until last night, that was my best WWE Live experience I've ever had. Because of that experience, she became one of my favorite women's wrestlers, not because of her in-ring work or because of anything to do with her wrestling ability or her character. It was because she provided me with the best WWE Live experience that I have ever had. And then over the course of a year, it became a running gag between me and my friends that I will someday marry Mandy Rose, and I love Mandy Rose, and she's the love of my life. You know, like crazy fan obsessions, but like as a joke. Like, I'm not really that obsessed with Mandy Rose. Like, that was all just a joke. Then back in January, I bought the tickets for the show that occurred last night in Buffalo at the KeyBank Center. It was WWE Live, it was a SmackDown show. I'm like, Mandy Rose is gonna be there. And then I had absolutely no intention on making a sign, and I just made a sign, and then this happened. So when I made the sign, I was not intending on any of this happening. I literally wrote the sign 5 minutes before walking into the arena, because I had to pick up my friend Colin yesterday, because it was me and my friend Colin at the show. And before I went to pick him up, I'm like, hey, should I stop at the Dollar Tree and just get stuff to make posters? And who knows, maybe we'll get a reaction. And then he's just like, oh yeah, sure, go for it. And then I didn't have time to write anything on the posters before I had to pick him up, because the show started at 5, and this call happened at like 3:30. So I was at Dollar Tree at like 3:45, and then we got to the arena at like close to like 4 or 4:30, and I put the poster board on my car hood because I didn't have a table or anything to write this sign on, and I made 2 signs. One of them was a Kofi Mania sign, and then the other one was Marry Me Mandy Rose, which everyone knows that was the sign that this video is mainly about. So I get to the arena, I get to my seats, I'm row 7 and like seat 1 on the barricade, so I was on the barricade. I was not planted there like a lot of people think. I have my ticket right here, and I'll show a close-up, but at the very, very bottom, it's patron name, And if you don't know what that means, that's basically just whose name was on the receipt for the ticket. And it's my name. It's not like someone from WWE or anything like that. A lot of people thought I was a plant at the show, and it makes sense to me why people would think that, but this time they're wrong. I was not a plant. Honestly, I just find it funny that people thought I was a plant, because I'm like, okay, whatever. So I get to my seat, and since it was a live event, like the ring announcer, like he interacts with the crowd a little bit before and like during the intermission. So I sit down, I'm like, I see the guy walk by, I'm like, yo, dude, give me a fist bump. Then he gave me a fist bump, and then he saw that I had signs, and he was like, oh, what do your signs say? I showed him the Kofi Mania sign. He's like, okay. And then I showed him the Marry Me Mandy Rose sign, and he kind of just gave me a little bit of a smirk, and he's just like, I'll make sure she knows that you're here. And honestly, I thought he was joking. I did not expect him to actually tell Mandy Rose that there was someone in the crowd with a Marry Me Mandy Rose sign, or whatever it said. So the event just goes on as normal. Like, I watched the New Day match, I watched the other matches that are going after, I watched Becky and Charlotte, and then obviously since it's a live event, there's an intermission. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go get some overpriced ice cream, and so I left my seat. Then I get back to my seat, and the two people sitting next to me, they were pretty cool, by the way. I don't know their names, but they were pretty cool. They're like, hey, the ring announcer and I think someone from production was looking for you. I'm like, what? They're like, yeah, they were looking for your sign so that Mandy Rose can come up and do something with you. We don't know what it was, but they said that's what they were going to do. And I was like, oh my god, she's going to rip my sign, and I'm going to laugh. I'm gonna find it funny. I don't know. So like, because I was just told that Mandy Rose was going to be coming up to me during her entrance, I was anticipating so much, so I could barely pay attention during the match between the Hardy Boys and the Bar. I honestly don't remember who won. I think it was the Hardy Boys. Maybe. Yeah, it was the Hardy Boys. And the next match, of course, Mandy Rose comes out. It's a SmackDown Women's title match between Mandy Rose and Asuka. Mandy Rose comes out first, obviously, because she's the challenger. And she walks up to me. And she rejected me so hard. I was like, okay, I'm not giving up. I'm gonna try again. She didn't say anything. I'm gonna try again, and then she left. And she told me to shut up. She's not gonna deal with me, and then she left. That made that the best WWE experience I've ever had. And to everyone on social media who is saying I was a plant or I'm Corey Graves' son, do I look like Corey Graves to you? I don't look at all like Corey Graves. Also, the plant thing, I understand where people are coming from because WWE is known to plant people in the audience, but there's a few questions I have to ask about it. One, if I was a plant, why wouldn't I be wearing a Mandy Rose shirt? I was wearing a Rusev shirt. If I was a plant supposed to be there as a Mandy Rose fan, I feel like they would have given me a Mandy Rose shirt if I was a plant for a show. But since I wasn't a plant for a show, I wore whatever shirt I had. So that doesn't really add up. Also, why would they plant me in the audience for something like that at a WWE house show? If they would have planted me for something on like Raw or SmackDown or even a pay-per-view, and then Mandy Rose come up to me and like maybe just rip up my sign, not really cut a promo, then I'd see it, but this I just don't understand. Also, my face I made at the end, that was a combination of me being shocked, sad because I just got rejected, laughing on the inside because I thought it was hilarious, and thinking and excited because this was the greatest day I've ever had in my life. If you want more proof, I have the receipt for the tickets right here. if you still don't believe me. And even after that, if you still don't believe me that I was not a plant, oh well, you're going to have to think that, because I lived it. I know that I wasn't a plant. I was there for the show. Was it kind of planned? Yes, but only like a half hour in advance. I wasn't really anticipating this when I went to the show. I wasn't anticipating this when I bought the ticket. And I was not anticipating the overwhelming amount of social media followers I got. Like, it was crazy. I had to turn off notifications on my phone, and I never had to do that before. And it's just great. Also, say what you guys want about Mandy Rose as a wrestler, but she has provided me with 2 of my most memorable WWE Live experiences. The one last year where I was just flirting with her and she was reacting to it, and then this year when she rejected me live on Twitter or Instagram, whatever it was posted on. So I don't really think I have anything left to say for this video. So if you guys enjoyed, make sure you guys give it a big thumbs up and subscribe. Turn on notifications so you guys are notified whenever I post new videos. I will see you guys next time with a new video. Goodbye.